Hey guys, welcome back to another utility bills video. So this is our number 3 video, and we're gonna continue obviously from the second one where we previously discussed how to calculate the numbers, how to calculate your bills, how to read the meters. Now we're gonna take a step forward and calculate the service provider's bill. So we're gonna go through the service provider's bill that you get monthly, quarterly, 2-monthly, bi-monthly, whatever. We're gonna calculate that and confirm whether that number is correct or not, more or less, right? So if you're interested, stay tuned and keep watching.
Alright, so welcome to my screen again, and what we're looking at is a bill from the electricity service provider. Now, the company is named Elmű EMAS, so probably you should get the bill from this one as well. Let me quickly grab my pen right here. Now, this is the name of the company, and you can also see a bank account here as well, which means that you essentially can transfer the money as well, the required money, but make sure you insert all the necessary information, like you identify yourself, you know, what you're actually paying, because if you don't, then they might not know who's paying for what. So if you're transferring, make sure you have the number of the bill, which is right here on the top. It's called Számla sorszáma, and then your ID basically. So that's gonna be your ID, and if you still have some space, you can also add the address of the apartment, which is down there, felhasználási hely. So these are the most important part, so that they can identify who has paid for which bill. Now, most important part is already highlighted. So elszámolási időszak, the first one right here, means the period that they calculating your bill. So in my case, this is March 2021 till end of April. So that's gonna be 2 months. What I need to pay is down here, fizetendő összeg, the amount you have to pay, and the last one is the deadline right here. So this deadline is not really a hard deadline, but it's advisable to pay before these days, because they might give you like a interest if you're not paying, or you know, you forget about it and it's accumulated up to X thousand amount, and you know, it's not really good for your financials. So do pay your bills, unless they might cut the electricity as well. So you might be working, and in the middle of that they might cut the electricity. Of course, they're gonna notify you before that, but sometimes they notify you and then within 24 hours they just shut it off. So yeah, you don't want to do that. The second part highlighted here is not really important. It's just saying that this is how much I should have paid, but there's been some reduction, and that's why I don't need to pay this. And then the last part is, since this date on, I have paid this much. So, welcome back to my screen. Over here, we're looking at a gas bill, which you can see is exactly the same as the electricity bill. So we're not gonna go through in much detail. Everything is the same, except for, you know, name of the company, bank account is different, this one is different. So we discuss all this. What we're gonna go through is to confirm or check the unit price we discussed. So as you remember, I write it here, as a rule of thumb, you can use the gas price, a gas unit price as 110 or till 120 or 115. If you're using very low amount of gas, then you can calculate with 120, but in general it should fall in the range of 110 to 115 per cubic meter. Yeah. Now, what we're gonna look at here is gonna highlight the most important parts. Now this one, if you're dictating the numbers every month to the company, then you should be having numbers here, and the starting number and the ending number, and then they can calculate the consumption based on the difference of the two. So the ending minus the starting number, then you get the number. This time I'm paying fixed, so they calculate these consumptions based on my historical consumptions. So they have 37 and 13. This is the corrugated numbers. It's the same. Let's add them up. We have 37 plus 13 is exactly 50 cubic meter. That's how much gas I used in 2020 to December till January, beginning of January. So that's 1 month. Guess how much I used. And the total I had to pay is 5,964. Now, what we're gonna do is just a little math. So we have 5,964 forint, and that's divided by 50 cubic meter. Now, I would expect it should fall in the range of between 115 to 120 because I'm not really using a lot of gas. So if I divide this, that would be 119.12 forint per cubic meter. So there you have it. It falls in the range, and you can use this as a unit price. So why this is important is because when you're paying utilities for the landlord, then there's no bill that says, you know, this is how much you paid and this is how you calculate. But you can also, if there is none of these, then you can also calculate for yourself as well using this method. And we're not gonna discuss the water bill because this is gonna be the same as well. If you remember, for the water we had 600 forints per cubic meter. If you want a separate video on this one, then just let me know in the comments and I can think about it. But we're not gonna go through that because that's exactly the same calculation. And I hope this helps. If I left something out, or you want to know more about something regarding utility bills, then let me know. In the next sections, we're gonna discuss different methods to pay the utility bills, or have a Excel spreadsheet to track your utility expense from every month, and actually, you know, calculating that for you automatically, or you know, how to change the contracting party at the service provider. You know, anything that's related to utility bills, just let me know in the comments which topic you're interested in, and we can make that episode for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye bye.